Live at 5. Here we are.
Woo!
Live at 5. Here we are. Hey, everyone.
Hi there.
So excited. My name's Lynn Kitchen,
And I'm Pollyann.
Pollyann Castle Baird, and this is Club 90Os. Club 90Os.
Yeah, Club Nanyo's
Welcome to Club 90Os.
cocktail time.
Cocktail time. Oh my gosh. Oh, where's the music? Where's the dancers? Where's
Oh,
the bartenders?
We're here to talk.
Okay.
You always talk.
Actually, we're here to celebrate life. We're so happy that you're here. And we are celebrating the possibility of all things graceful. Aging with grace is Mother's really your passion about talking about
Yes.
what it's like to be in your 90s.
Try to help people accept and live in 90s with joy.
With joy, with joy.
And our theme is with joy, no whining. And today we're talking about patience.
Patience. That's right. We actually have a theme here tonight. So let me just go backward just a little bit.
Okay.
The last three times that we've been with you celebrating, the first night we talked about a softer joy, right? That was one
Yeah.
of the things that Mother said, okay, here's what you need. 3 things to add grace when you are aging, to bring grace into your life. And now Mother should know because she's nearly 99, right? So we'll be celebrating soon a 99th birthday. But the first one was a softer joy. So that was our first conversation.
Yes, it was.
And then this last week, we talked about the second thing that you need the most, which is no whining.
That is huge because everyone does it.
That's right. That was fun. And so the third thing that we want to talk about tonight, or at least focus on, and you guys might have some different questions that you want to ask us, but we'll start out focusing on the topic of patience. I don't know, Mom. I can't wait.
Oh, come on.
I can't wait.
Oh, yes.
What about you?
Well, patience.
I can't wait.
But okay.
You remember when you were a real little kid, or maybe I was, and I was like, I want what I want now.
And Mother learned to say, not 3 days from now, you're going to have it, because they expected it the next day.
So here we are to talk about a little bit about patience and what it takes when you're 90. And guess what? Every one of us are headed in that direction. Those of us who are 60, 70, 80, those of you who are 30, 40, keep eating your Cheerios, and not Cheerios so much, but spinach, eating your spinach and your vegetables, because it takes good living to get to be nearly 99. So we're looking forward to that. Now, before we go on, I want to say hi. Welcome to everybody. Hey, we have Delzania. All right, Delzania is in the house. Delzania just bought your 2 books. Oh, thank you, Delzania.
We haven't
love
mailed
it.
them yet.
Yes, hopefully you've received them by now, because we did mail them out to you last week.
Okay.
And we also want to welcome a special guest, our friend Zuby.
Oh, Zuby.
Zubair Ralph. Now, guess what? Zuby gets up at 3 a.m. to follow us. And I want to just special shout out to you. 3 a.m. means that he's in a different country, halfway around the world. And so we just want to say thank you so much from our heart to yours.
I know.
We're wearing a special red just to be heart. Thank you, Zuby. You're so special. And so we want to just welcome you. And here we are, not only to talk about patience, but just celebrate life. What do you think? Celebrate life. Now, Mother was in a position where she really was not in a very celebrative mood about 5 months ago. 6 months ago, you were ready to exit stage left this life. In fact, we had you on hospice.
I didn't have patience, and I was ready.
She was ready to,
but
leave this life.
Wouldn't you know, this darling daughter of mine developed some of interest. And one thing is, we're here today.
Yeah.
This is fun.
This is fun. Takes a little bit
I
of
hope
passion.
you think so.
Takes some passion. What does it take to have, what do you say? What's next?
Oh, I know. What's next? I've said that every decade of my life. What's next?
So when you wake up in the morning, it's like, well, okay, what's next?
I know it. And I will introduce the Japanese bullet train. What's next? It's coming, but it never stops here.
So you need to explain that a little bit.
All right.
So, okay, yeah, right now.
Okay.
This is a story that Mom's going to tell you about something that it's a story that she developed when she's waiting, not so patiently, waiting impatiently to move to her next iteration of a spiritual transformation, which means passing from this world.
Yes. And so I decided that if I'm going to pass, I'm going to go on a Japanese bullet train, which goes 100 miles an hour and never stops and gets to its designation in a hurry. And so I kept telling it had to stop at my door. And so I kept waiting for it every night. I wake up in the morning and then it didn't stop. It didn't stop. It still hasn't. But it's fun to think about a train going by in the middle of the night as it used to be. Every one of you have listened to the train whistling through the dark, going up an incline or stopping at the depot, because I can remember as a child. And that's what I have in my mind. The train goes on, but it will stop for me one day.
Yeah. And you know what I love is that Mother actually tells me she goes to sleep at night with a little invitation to the bullet train. You know, perhaps tonight is the night that you'll stop for me. But before I go on with the story, I'd like to just acknowledge a sweet friend that just dropped in here today, Beth Wright. Beth Wright from Loveland, Colorado is here. Great to see you, Beth. Beth, yes.
My gosh, Beth.
Oh, our Beth, thank you for being here. Beth is a longtime friend of Mother's and mine, and she taught Mother how to use the computer.
Yeah.
I guess you must have been about 80 years old already.
Probably.
And Mother learned how to use the computer.
Well, I thought I did, but
I know, but she had her own, yes. You actually got very good at her own, what's it called, email. She had her own email. She had her own website. Now she has a new website, but it's not something that she put together. It's a new one that I put together for her called 90os.com. Everybody, go check it out. 90os.com. It's really cool. But anyway, and here's Ellen. Hi, Ellie.
Oh,
Ellen, my sister, my beautiful, gorgeous, lovely sister, Ellen Dacon, coming in from Arkansas. You might just put your, where are you calling in from? Delzania, I don't know. Are you from Texas, Delzania? I think so. And then Zubi's from Pakistan. We know that. And Beth is from Colorado.
I know.
And Ellen is from Arkansas. So we have some great people that we want to celebrate. Did you guys bring a drink with you?
Yeah, boy.
We're having drinks tonight.
Cocktail time.
Celebrate.
Whatever. Doesn't have to be alcoholic.
It could be a shrimp cocktail. Anyway, back to our story. The bullet train is an image that Mother has in her mind of what it could be like when she is transported magically
my soul.
To the next,
my soul. And it goes so suddenly, when you die, it's finished.
Right. And what that means is no suffering. I think that's the idea.
And it's
just
it's
like,
sudden.
take me, please.
Yeah.
So here's I want you to talk about this one image that you had one night or one morning. You woke up and you said, Lynn, I had the most extraordinary image in my dream that the the train stopped for me. But this was in the dream state. Remember that?
Yes. It stopped for me. And the doors opened right here in my, on my front door, and opened up, and here sat my mother and father and my aunt, Auntie Maud, and Uncle Gene in their winter coats and their hats of the 40s. They were dressed in the 40s.
1940s garb.
Yes, 1940s garb. And they all leaned out from their Pullman seats and they looked into my living room and they said, "Well, are you coming? We're waiting."
Can you just see that they're in two lines up? You're like, and they're all going, "Are you coming?"
Yeah, we're waiting for
We're
you.
waiting. So
Are
it
you
was an invitation for you to come, just step on the train,
Yeah.
but you weren't ready.
And I said, "Are you coming?" I said, "Well, I'm still here. I can't come," and I excused myself. But anyway, then that passed and the train went on. The door shut and the train went on, and I haven't seen them since.
However,
They haven't been
she's
back.
had a lot of impatience.
There we
since.
are.
Impatience. Every day she's been like, "Well, when is that train going to stop? When is that train going to stop?" And it wasn't until I noticed a shift in you.
I know.
You were really wanting to die in September, October, November.
It was a tough 3
time.
months.
And then there was a shift. And maybe there was an acceptance. So, for those of you who might be suffering with impatience, or maybe you're having difficulty with an illness or with something that's not working out in your life,
I don't know.
What is it going to take to generate patience and allow your own soul or higher power or whatever it is to actually just work it out on your behalf? Because Mother and I have been talking about this, and we do believe that there's a higher intelligence in charge.
Yeah, and
Could be, Mother calls it her soul.
But as you're talking, I think, oh dear.
About patience.
I know no, I'm sorry.
Well, it'll come back.
This is what old age does to you. It completely
It'll come back.
erases your mind.
No, she
back.
does everything so well, though. But what I was talking about was that there was a time when you wanted to get on that bullet train, and every day that is what you wanted. She was so impatient to get on that train. But then I saw a shift in her and a softening, and it happened around December. And I want to ask you, maybe you can think back, what was it, the shift?
That's what I was trying to say. I think for one thing, the doctor put me on some medication, which he had not done before, and then turned me over to hospice.
But that was just heart medication. It wasn't depression medication or anything like that. It was just plain old heart medication. So that was not it, as much as what I saw. I mean, and you've been on that since June. So what I saw, the shift happened in December. And that is when I learned that you had a larger capacity for patience.
I remember I finally discovered, I've been waiting to go. I had just my little soft joy of sitting, and it got tiresome. I discovered that I still have a message.
Aha.
It was very clear, and it still is. I have a message to bring, and I haven't, up to that point, haven't done it, hadn't materialized it. And I think Lynn and I are now working. I feel very certain that this talking to 90-os and trying to explain what you can get, what you can expect to the end of your life, is very important, because most 90-o people are too ill to express what's happening to them.
Mm-hmm.
Or they look at it negatively. And many of them spend their time whining instead of thinking.
Bingo.
Okay, there we are.
And the other thing I just wanted to say, and I want to say, oh, Ellen, thank you so much that you are saying, you know what? I've had to practice patience today, Ellen said. I've had to practice patience. Why I love that is practicing patience that means there's something that we can practice. So patience doesn't just come like a fairy godmother and bonk you over the head and suddenly you've got patience.
Yeah.
You have to practice it. So let's talk about what it takes to have some, what does it take to practice patience? And go ahead and give us some ideas, Ellen, since you're working on that today. Put in the chat today, what's working for you? And maybe Beth, if there's something that that you're finding works for you,
and Beth,
for patience, that would be helpful to us.
Beth, you have your mother, and I know, as Lynn does, that it takes patience. But we as elders, really, we may not say it, but in our hearts, we love you and we appreciate it. You bet.
Well, I have a thought while we're waiting for other people to jump in here. And, if you're typing in, I may be slow in seeing your chat, but just give me a little time and it'll come up on the screen here. But I did want to say this. What I have been observing is, as Mother has been practicing patience, I've noticed her accepting. It's the idea of, practicing acceptance. So what happens when you practice acceptance? It means that you are actually coming to terms with what is, instead of fighting it, wishing it were some other way. Well, we know that we're responsible, and yet when you're 99, there's not a lot you can do about it. You see, not a lot you can do about it. There's not a lot that you can change about your life. There's not a lot of personal development tools that you can apply to your life.
What can you do with the tools anyway?
So I think that what I've noticed is the concept of acceptance.
Right.
And when you accept what is, and you find joy in the whatever it is that it is, then that's what, that's when you came up with the idea of a softer joy, which is a totally unique idea, guys. Don't you agree? Totally unique. I've never heard that concept before of a softer joy.
And I practice it. It's so complete. A harder joy, I'll say it this way, a harder joy is to go out to lunch. It's to move. It's to get out of your living room. It's to go someplace. It's movement. A softer joy is sitting. Some of you who are very social may have friends come and visit with you, or callers, and that's okay. I don't demand that. But my idea is a softer joy. Some of you may find games to play or books to read. I can't see, so that doesn't work.
No, that doesn't work.
But it's so funny. Now I'm thinking my softer joy is watching sports, football games. How soft can you get
not that you can see all that well, but you can hear it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Zuby says something really great. Celebrating grace and softer joy means practicing gratitude. I love that. Practicing gratitude.
Yes.
That is a
practice. I am grateful. Yeah, that's a very underlying part of it. If we weren't grateful, we'd be whining.
That's it. So we are here to celebrate today. And I just want to say once more, let's have a toast to your mother, because this is part 3 of a wonderful series, which is what? A softer joy, no whining, and now
and we finish it.
Practice patience and wait for the bullet train. Hey, what else can you do at nearly 99 and nearly blind? I just think you're amazing, Mom.
I know.
You're amazing.
It's being 99 and 22.
2022, Mother will be 99 in April. So that would be kind of fun if we think about between now and April. Please pass around 90os.com, Mother's website, so that everyone can sign up for her newsletter. And so you can do that on 90os.com. It's right there in below here, 90os.com. People can sign up for her newsletter. We're going to have a celebration for her 99th birthday. And that was a surprise.
Oh, that was a secret. You shouldn't have said.
And also, if you're looking for her beautiful books, I'm just going to give her a plug, and that is that on that same website you can get more information about her books. So we're just very, very grateful
for you to be here,
for you to be here, for you to come into Mother's lovely living room, and just be a part of her life. It gives her such joy.
Make a Sunday such a treat.
Yes.
Oh, just welcome. Oh, it's so sweet.
So we love you all. And for some reason, I'm not able to see all the chats here. Maybe a little technology glitch, but we'll go back later and answer you. Mother will. I'll read Mother all of your chats, and
I love it.
I'll type in her response to you. So if there's something that you'd like to say to Mom, go ahead and chat that in, and then I'll read it to her later. And we just want to thank you. Thank you for being here for 3 consecutive Sundays in the month of January 2022.
Oh,
a month or a year that Mother did not believe she was even going to be here.
There is a surprise waiting. I'll tell you. I'm so surprised to still be here.
So here we are, accepting what is and making the best of it, and being in gratitude and spending this lovely time with you. Thank you, everybody.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye.
Beautiful.